Hello and welcome to the House of Phoenix. It is Miss Phoenix here, and we are back with some of our top tips for surviving. Our guide to survive on Dead by Daylight. Bearing in mind this is for beginners, alright? This is our second top tip for all of you new players out there, and it is just a matter of time. So we have all been there. We've all started Dead by Daylight where you jump on a gen, you're working with people, and everything seems to be going well, and then you hear the heartbeats coming. You start to get a little bit freaked out about what's going on. Perhaps you're not used to all the actions, you're not used to what you can do on the maps, etc. So it can be quite daunting and a little bit freaky, and even the more seasoned players, you can see them stop and freeze for a minute and they don't know what to do. So we're just going to help you to really get the best out of your gameplay, regardless of the level that you are. Alright, doesn't matter how good you are at running or fixing things, you are part of a team, and we're going to give you some little hints and tips to make the most of the skills that you do have. Alright, now to begin with, there is one key thing that you have to do, and we all have to do this. I have to stop and do this myself sometimes as well, and that is you have to change your mindset. Alright, we all go in there freaking out, but at the end of the day, this game actually works to your advantage as a survivor. Why do I say that? Okay, bottom line, there is just one killer. Alright, it doesn't matter which killer it is, there is one of them. And they are going to be up against, potentially, all being well, 4 of you guys, 4 survivors, even better, working as a team. So that poor killer, yes, they've got perks, but so do you, and they have to run around a whole map. All right, now you've been around them. I get lost in these maps. There is one killer going around this entire map, and they have 7 gens to get around. All right, so you have time. Time is on your side and is to your advantage. So our second tip is use your time. Do not go into this map, stop and think, look around, debate. You need to crack on and get those generators fixed. Okay, there's 5 you need to get fixed. Use a toolkit, even better, have somebody with you, and you will get those gens done much, much quicker. Bearing in mind there is one killer. That means that one killer can only chase one person, all right? Now at this moment in time, we don't know who they're chasing, the person on the right or perhaps the person on the left. But at the end of the day, they're not chasing us, which means we can crack on with the generator and get it done. I have a perk that shows me the killer's actually on the left over there. So I can nip off in the other direction and try and help the person who is trying to get healed. It doesn't matter if you're not working on a gen, you can be cleansing totems or hexes. You can be going through different, what's the word I'm looking for, chests. You can be searching for things. My word of advice to you is unless you're doing an achievement, do not go looking for these things. All right, if you come across it, search it. If you don't come across it, don't worry. Do not waste time. All right, now you can be healing each other, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that a bit later on, but healing with med kits is even faster, but as a team is the best option as far as I'm concerned if you happen to come across them. But it doesn't matter what you're doing, you need to take your time. Stressing out is only going to lead to problems. You're going to miss those skill checks. You're going to end up blowing up your generators or hurting your teammates, all right? So take a breath, chill. It's fine. The killer is busy doing something else. If you do blow something up, don't suddenly think he's coming my way. You don't have to run off. You can see in this particular case, we're carrying on with the gen. We haven't left it for a second, despite the fact we've blown it up. All right, because you don't have to panic. Generally, the killer might be somewhere else in the map. They're busy chasing somebody else, ideally. But you need to carry on. The more times you get interrupted, the worse it is for you. Even there where we've actually finished that gen, you don't have to run per se and leave scratch marks. In this case, I'm walking around the rock. All right, I could hear the heartbeat and I could freak out and peg it, but I don't, because I don't want to leave scratch marks and I don't want to give away my position, so I'm going to do it stealthily, okay? Same in this particular video. I need to heal myself. I know that the killer's coming. I can hear them, but they haven't seen me. I'm not going to panic. If they see me, I'll run, but they haven't. So I'm going to reposition myself, I'm going to carry on healing, and actually in this particular game I completely heal and I go on to finish the game. It was fantastic. But you don't have to panic, okay? So if you're going to use that time wisely, don't stop and start too much, and don't run off all the time. It's very tempting, but don't do it. In this case, my buddy here has been downed, and I could run off and hide, fearing for my own life. I know the hook is just there, so I can't stop them from being hooked. It's too close. But what I can do is I can hide, and I can use stealth to make sure that as soon as that killer has gone the other way, I can sneak on back around and I can rescue my teammate. Alright, so stealth is to your advantage for not getting hurt, and it's to your team's advantage that you can help them. Whether you're doing a hook rescue or whether you're working on the gen, don't jump to a conclusion that they're going to get you. I've literally just walked around the generator and carried on with it. And in fact, that killer is so busy chasing other people, I managed to complete that generator and we move on to the next one, which is amazing. So seriously, it doesn't always work, but take a deep breath and know your timings. Okay, there's two classic mistakes I see a lot in Dead by Daylight. The first one is when you are downed on the floor, you need to recover. You can recover yourself, or someone like here can come and help you recover even faster, but it still takes time. And the worst thing they can possibly do is try and help me recover when the killer is stood right there. I mean, seriously? Leave me alone. I can go and crawl off somewhere potentially and get healed somewhere else. But now everybody's running around the same area, trying to heal, trying to recover, trying to be unhooked, and it is chaos. You can avoid all that stress by literally walking away and hiding and coming back at a more appropriate time, which we'll talk about again a little bit later in this video. The other classic mistake is the exit gate. We all get to the exit gate, we're so relieved that we can open the darn thing. It is incredibly tempting to open it all the way. I'm going to tell you, please don't do that. But my personal opinion on this matter is to please stop and think before you do that. Because if someone is downed, hooked, or otherwise kind of trapped in this game, they need time. So do not open that gate fully. Leave a little bit of that escape bar left so that you only have to tap it open. You can see at the top, once you do open the gate, you have a timer, and that means that you're then limited to rescuing people, getting them up, getting them unhooked, anything at all. In this case, I didn't open the gate, which means I can go and uncage this person. We can head back to the gate, and this is something else that I suggest. If the gate is nearly open and you're injured, yes, get some extra points by healing each other, but do it by the gate, so that if that killer does turn up, you can just suddenly stop what you're doing, tap the gate and get out as quick as you can. You literally only need a few seconds, as you can see here. Tap it, killer's coming, but we are out and we are healed. We've got our points and no one gets downed out of those three people anyway. That brings us on to our last tip. Do not waste time, okay? Healing is an issue in this game because, yeah, it does take time and you're going to need to heal, because at the end of the day you will get hit at some point. Healing gives you another chance to crack on with the game. Medkits run out, and if you go around looking for people to heal, you're essentially wasting your time and theirs. So my tip, get the self-heal perk. Right, you don't have to heal every 5 minutes, but when it's needed, nip off somewhere, heal yourself, and everyone else is cracking on with their own jobs and they don't have to come and help you. You've sorted yourself out and all is well in the world. Also, one of the other things that happens is you are going to be chased at some point. As well as being hit, you are going to be chased potentially, and yes, it's freaky. And there are two elements of this. You need to buy time for your teammates. So running for as long as you can not only gets you points, but it buys them time. What they can't do is get on with their jobs if you are running around the generator that they are working on, or if they are trying to unhook someone. If you're running the killer around that area, they cannot get on with it. They're waiting for you to run off somewhere else. So if you're being chased, the first thing and the best thing that you can do is redirect the killer somewhere else. You can see in this particular case, I'm running around this shack an awful lot, and I'm trying to use the scratch marks, and we'll talk about that in a sec, to my advantage. I'm not a great runner. Don't misunderstand, I am not good by any stretch of the imagination. But in this case, you will see that we have gone from having 5 gens needing to be fixed to a lot less. You'll see the numbers go down. I won't give it away, okay? But I've exhausted that area. You can only jump through windows and things a certain number of times before they get blocked. So bear that in mind. You're going to need to go to a different area. But try and avoid other survivors. If you have a perk where you can see them, again, a suggestion I would say is if you can see a gen that has been fixed in the distance, go towards the fixed gen, because the chances of a survivor being near a fixed gen, very remote. Okay, so that gives you time, and always keep a lookout for pallets and windows that you can use as your next jump. Plan your route as you are running. Okay, now in this particular case, if you run past a tree or a wall, bear in mind that you are leaving scratch marks on those surfaces. They're much harder to track just in the grass. Now here I can see someone's just been hooked, and potentially my teammates are trying to unhook them, but the killer's seen me, so I'm not going to panic. I'm going to redirect them. I'm going to get out of there, and I'm running away from the hook, narrowly missing those hatchets. We're going to get one in the back of the head in a second. But yeah, I'm going to lead that killer away so that somebody else can unhook, and they've already done it. That survivor is safe, and I can carry on with the rest of the game. This is the worst case scenario in my book. I've been hooked, someone's trying to come and help, but they've come too soon. Okay, they're not thinking about the timing, they're not thinking about location per se. And not only do I have one person, I have several people, which in a way is really awesome, but in a way is a bit of a cluster issue, shall we say. Too many people, too many injuries, too many downed people, and it makes it far more difficult for this lovely lady to come along and unhook me. Alright, a very stressful situation that doesn't need to be stressful. Now I'm fast forwarding through this one because I've been downed, but I just want to show you that even if you are downed, do not give up. Alright, your teammates are busy, but you can be healed and ready and hiding somewhere else. And again, even if you're being carried away, don't give up. You can wiggle free. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen, okay? This is potentially worst case scenario, all right? We are team players here at the House of Phoenix. It doesn't matter how good you are at running. If you are being chased by the killer, you try and make every second count, even if it is literally just seconds. You are buying your team time. If you mess up, it happens. It happens to all of us. But what you don't ever do, all right, is you don't ever do this. You do not disconnect, people. All right, you are a team player. You don't abandon your teammates. Disconnecting is not an option. Okay, and it's something I'm quite passionate about. And I'm talking about disconnecting on purpose. Okay, we all have bad internet occasionally, so those people, you are forgiven. All right, but you need to change your mindset. Think about using your time the minute you step into that game, and when you do use that time, take your time. Don't panic. Know your timings, know how long to heal people, and don't waste any of that precious time, and don't waste your team's time spending a lot of your time either hiding or simply running the killer around busy areas. It is just a matter of time, people, and a matter of practice. So good luck. We hope that this little video helps you to step into a map feeling more prepared and more proactive in your gameplay. It's going to be amazing, alright? So we'll see you all soon. Love and hugs as always from the House of Phoenix.